What's up guys, my name is Dennis and welcome back to In the Den. Today we're diving into the stroller that a lot of parents have been talking about, and it's the UPPAbaby MINU V3 travel stroller. Now if you're looking for something lightweight, compact, but still packed with features, this one just might be on your radar. My wife and I have been using it for a little bit now, so let's check it out together just to see what all the hype's all about. Inside the box, you'll find the stroller frame itself with the toddler seat and canopy already attached, a bumper bar, which is new for the V3 version, and of course your instruction manual and warranty info. Everything comes pretty much ready to go. Minimal setup is required, which I definitely appreciate as a parent who doesn't really want to spend extra time assembling more baby gear. Now, as a disclaimer, as the title suggests, I'm going to be talking about this stroller from the standpoint from about a newborn to roughly 4 to 5 months of age, because that's how old my son is at the time of this review. I'll probably do another review in the future with the same stroller when my son's a little bit older and when we travel a little bit more, either out of state or out of country, and we can get a little bit more insight of how this works with a little bit older child. First and foremost, it is a travel stroller, so the main appeal is obviously just how easy it is to fold and carry. Now, I never thought I would say this because now that I'm a dad, I can truly appreciate just how sick the engineering of strollers are. Like, it's just crazy how people can get strollers to fold up so tiny yet still be so sturdy. This can be folded down with one hand. You can collapse it down to a really compact size, and it even stands on its own when it's folded. It's super handy if you're juggling a baby and maybe holding a diaper bag. Seat reclines to multiple positions, which makes it newborn compatible, because there are shoulder straps and groin straps to hold the baby in place. There's even this little cover at the bottom of the seat that you can take out to make it what they call the nest mode. Now for my son, since he's relatively small at this time, we only recently were able to use this feature, but it is something that's pretty nice to have. Now from my understanding, because of this recline, this version can no longer fit a bassinet like the previous version, so if you are planning on upgrading from the previous version to this one, just be aware that you cannot use the bassinet for this model. The canopy gives solid sun protection with UPF coverage and a little peekaboo window, which is a nice touch when you want to keep an eye on your little one. As for storage, the basket underneath is not huge, but it is what you'd expect from a compact stroller. You can pretty much hold a small diaper bag and some shopping bags without much trouble, but the capacity is about 20 pounds. I'll put the exact measurements on the screen here if you wanted to know exactly how big it was. You can pretty much hold all necessities though, so I wouldn't really worry too much about this. On this section, there's also this little small pocket where you can put an air tag, which I thought was a really nice touch, but I personally haven't used this feature yet. And of course, if you do buy this, it is compatible with UPPAbaby's infant car seats as long as you buy the adapters, which makes it even more versatile when you're traveling with younger babies. Now, I know the main draw for this stroller, and especially for my wife and I, is the fact that it is IATA certified, meaning it can be placed in the overhead compartment storage, making it perfect for airplane travel, which is probably the main appeal for upgrading from the V2 to the V3. I haven't put this to the test yet, but I intend to, and I will be doing an updated video in the future with this stroller when my son is about a year old. So using the stroller for just about a few months, let's break down the pros and cons so far that I've found. First of all, it is pretty light at around 17 pounds, so throwing it in the trunk or lugging it around isn't really that tough by any means. Especially with the ergonomic carrying strap, which can be pulled out from the middle and it is retracted upon opening the stroller. I could tell that they had the parent in mind, since you can carry with one hand or you can just use the strap to carry it around. And you know me as a physical therapist, I'm all about the ergonomics. The advertised one-handed fold actually works super smooth and it stands independently after it's folded, making unloading and loading much more convenient, as you can see here. This helps a lot, especially because most of the time one parent is dropping off the baby while the other parent is going to park the car, so folding and unfolding quickly keeps you off the side of the road and out of the parking lot. The canopy is also large enough to cover the entire stroller when the car seat is on, and it's also large enough to cover the baby when they're in the toddler seat. Now, unlike the previous version, this version comes with the bumper bar included, which wasn't standard before, and I hate having to buy extra accessories, so this is a nice touch. And last but not least, despite it being a travel stroller, the solid build quality does make it feel more durable. You never want to buy a stroller that feels really flimsy because it is carrying your baby, so it's really reassuring knowing that the build quality is solid. Now, starting off with probably the biggest red flag about this stroller is obviously the price point. It's on the higher end compared to other travel strollers, sitting at around $500. Now, the high price point is probably due to mostly the folding mechanism, the material, the durability, and honestly just the name. Now, I'll list other compact strollers in the description box if you guys want to look for other options, but we were really close to getting the Graco ready to jet because it had similar specs to this one, and it was on sale at Costco, but we decided to go with the UPPAbaby since all of our other hand-me-downs were from UPPAbaby. You definitely don't need a compact stroller this expensive, especially if it's not your main stroller. As for the ride, I found that even small rubble or mulch will either stop the stroller from rolling completely or just make the ride really bumpy. Obviously, it's not meant for off-roading, but don't go buying this thinking that it can do literally everything and conquer any terrain. The most annoying thing about the wheels is that the replaceable wheels can only be bought on the UPPAbaby website and not on Amazon from some other third-party company. I'm sure you can find it out there, but for me, I couldn't find one. And though the nest mode is cool and all, I find if your baby is too small, they'll probably end up sliding around or just be too small for the straps. Now, my son is only 4 months and he can't really sit still, and he does slide from left to right, so it's not that good for newborns. If you wanted things like a rain cover, a cup holder, or maybe even a snack tray, yeah, those are sold separately. So overall, I think the UPPAbaby MINU V3 is a really strong choice if you are a parent who's on the go a lot, especially if you travel or you just want something that's easy to pop in and out of the car. My wife and I use this stroller basically for all of our day-to-day activities because it's just so quick to set up and close down. Yeah, the investment up front is pretty high, but I like to always say you buy once, you cry once. I would say it's probably not the best for non-flat surfaces, and it is pretty expensive, but the convenience, the durability, and the UPPAbaby's well-known quality pretty much outweigh all the cons. As for my wife and I, we absolutely love it, and if you have the means to get this or you're getting it as a gift, I definitely would recommend getting this one. That's it for today's review. If you guys have some tips about this stroller for me in the upcoming months, let me know down below in the comments. I'm always open to new ideas and I would love to hear your thoughts. If you found this video helpful in helping you decide about this stroller, make sure you like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, and we'll see you guys back next time in the den.